Alright everybody, welcome to the Bear Cave. I'm smoking bears. Cheers. So today I want to answer a couple questions that I got about the Chefstemp Breezo. The number one question I got was, does this adapter come with the Breezo or do you have to build it? What comes with the Breezo is two metal plates and a spring that goes into into a hole, and the plates go into like your Kamado style grill, like the intake of your Kamado. What I did is I built this. This here is a 1-inch slip to a 1-inch threaded. It doesn't matter. It's just what I had laying around. And then I took a number 10 can, set the Breezo down in the middle, traced it out, cut it out with a pair of 10 snips, so it looked like that. And then this piece here in the center, I set my 1-inch down in the center, traced it, and then cut it out, giving me this. And then what I did is I took the small plate that come with the Breezo and taped it with the foil tape to the plate, and then epoxied the tin can plate to the PVC. Sounds like a lot of work. It was really not that bad. And then this piece lines up, and currently what I'm using is binder clips. Yep, binder clips. Put one on the front, it holds it. Put one on the back, it holds it tight to where you have a good connection in your little gasket there, and you got a good place for it to slide right on. Okay. Now with the Breezo, the other thing to watch is I run mine about like this. That's how far open I run it. Why? Because in other fan systems I have found that when your fire is rolling down at the bottom, it's pulling air down, so it will actually pull enough air through the fan without it running, but through the fan to keep temp or higher. Because if the fan's not running, you're still pulling air through there. So by having it closed almost all the way, I'm forcing the fan to control my temperature. So then the next question that I had was, do you have to have Wi-Fi or internet to run the fan and the S1? No. If you just turn on the S1 and you throw it into your grill, it will read the temperature that is right there.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Now, if you go to the app, and here's your S1, it will read the ambient temperature inside your grill. Here's your fan setting. And if you go to fan setting, you can control your fan. You can go by temperature, you can go by time. Tells you your temperature. You can set your temperature, right? I wanted 259 degrees. It tells me my ambient. I don't have it on right now, but that's how you control the fan. These are Bluetooth together. So if you just put this in and you turn it on, this right here is the temperature inside of my drum right there, 73 degrees inside my drum right there. It's like 3 3/4 inch back from here inside the drum, and this number right here would be the internal of your meat if you run the Chefstemp Pro Plus. which is pretty cool. Question I had was, does this need a power source to run? No. If we turn it on, you see right here, there's my battery. So this has a battery in it. And as long as that's charged, you're good to go. If you need to charge it, there is a, let's pull this off. So you could take this into the house, use a USB-C, which comes within the kit, and charge it that way. Or if you wanted to, you could charge it on your grill. But you do not need a power source to run this. And it's just simply slides back on and twist. Now what is really cool about this is if you buy a second base, they're like 30 bucks or something. If you buy a second base, you could put this system on another cooker. So all you have to do is pop this out, walk over to the other cooker, which would look like this, pop it in, and twist, and you're in. And you'd be up and running. So then the other question that I had was, how do you power the Breezo? And I have it turned this way so you can see the USB-C outlets. Because this does not have a battery in it, you need to run power to it. And for me, my system, I ran a cell phone holder onto this little pipe hanger. Just had a longer bolt. And I ran some power blocks, some power bricks. And at first they ran fine. USB to USB-C. Had it stuck in there like so. And man, that was awesome. It was great, right? What I found is these power banks, at least the two that I have, when they're plugged in and this is calling for air, calling for power to run, it runs fine. But after it shuts off and it's off for a little while, the power bank goes into sleep mode. What that means is that it'll stop feeding power to the fan. The fan calls for more power because it needs to run. This won't come out of sleep mode unless you hit the indicator, the power indicator buttons. Then it goes into, comes out of sleep mode and starts running again. So, fantastic idea, but it doesn't. When these go into sleep mode, I don't know how to turn them off. Then you're stuck, and you'll see your temperature drop, and the fan will be calling for it to be on, but it won't come on until you hit that little button. So,
question. So, does this have to be plugged into this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, and does it get plugged in right here?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
So, what I did is in the booklet, it showed that Pro Temp Plus has a power outlet. So the battery inside here will run this fan and run this. So fortunately for me, this thing just big enough to fit into my holder.
Wow.
And yes, it kind of hangs down a little bit because it's a bit heavy. I take the USB-C to USB-C, go from the outlet to one of these, and as long as this is running, that'll run.
How'd you figure that out?
It was in the booklet.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't know if you just thought about it.
It was in the Chefstemp booklet. Imagine that, read the instructions. And this, because it's power on all the time, because this is what's in your meat, and this adapter, or this brick, has to be so close to where the probe is, within so many inches of, it's like 1.5 feet or something, from where it's at in the cooker to here. And so it worked out really well like this. So I was asked about an Oklahoma Joe Bronco and how somebody would hook this up to that. Well, if I'm not mistaken, the Oklahoma Joe Bronco, if you undo the cap nut on top of the air intake pipe, take the spring off, take the plate off of it, then you're left with like an inch and a half, or it's like an inch and a half or 2 inch pipe. I'm not sure which, but it's close to that. Just get a slip cap that'll fit over top of that. And then I got some 2-part epoxy from Harbor Freight, mixed it up and epoxied the tin can piece to the PVC piece. So you could do that to an Oklahoma Joe Bronco, I would think. Okay. So in the kit, it also comes with the USB-C to USB, and it comes with this block. So if you wanted to, you could plug this in. This goes into the back of the Breezo. This goes into a drop cord or power outlet, and your fan has continuous power, so then it would come on and go off as it's controlled by the S1. Okay, so real quick, this is the spring that comes with the Breezo in the box. There's this plate and then the smaller plate, which is right here. You see the notches for where the spring goes. Same as this here. So they would slide into a Kamado or that way, and then this spring, you take out this bolt, undo that, thread that bolt through here, and then this is stuck in like so. This will compress and these will fit on. Okay, but because what I found with my drum is that it was too tight and it would pop out. All right, y'all, hope that helps answer some questions. If you have any more, leave them down in the comments and we'll get back to them. And if I need to do another video, I will. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a great week. Rock on.